why don't you ever talk about men? You always talk about how much you hate women every day.
With men nonstop.
That's all you do every day.
When do you debate with anybody ever about any worldview? You can't even denounce the LGBT in your own faith. How could you ever talk to me about anything? I debate it professionally for a living against men and women. You go on a TikTok after you got with a guy who had 1 million TikTok followers so you could piggyback on that to fame. I would not bull me here, sweetheart. It ain't gonna work well.
Wait, Andrew, check your text.
We actually loved
check
each
your
other.
text, man.
But it's okay.
I'd be curious to see his wife come on and talk.
And boy, does she do. By the way, today's a crazy debate, and I am personal friends with Rachel Wilson, his wife, and him, so it gets so good. I'm not going to waste any more time because let's just get into it. Like, subscribe, and let's see the drama because she calls these bitches out.
Yeah, she has.
Oh, she has.
Yeah, she has. Would you like to debate with her? I'll bring her down right now. She can take the seat.
Yes, let's do it.
If you want to bring
Let's
her down,
do it.
I'd like to chat with her.
I'll go get her real quick.
Go
I'll
get
be
her.
right back.
Rachel. Great. Oh my God.
Let's get Rachel Wilson.
Okay, because if
I hear my husband is a woman-hating misogynist, and I'm here to show proof of life. He unchained me from the stove just long enough to be here. So
She's out of the dog cage.
How
for
can I
this,
help you,
guys.
ladies?
Who?
So have you watched your husband talk to women on the podcast?
Yeah, I listen to every single podcast he does. I've also been on the podcast, and I debate women all the time myself.
Okay.
In fact, I was listening to you earlier describe how you think that men should pay for dates with women who want to be equal, don't want to give them children, and also want to have their own careers. And that absolutely blew my mind.
You don't think that men should pay on the first date?
Oh, I think they should pay on the first date for women who are going to be wives, not for women like you.
I wouldn't be a wife?
Not if you're going to refuse to give a man children, have to have your own career working outside the home.
It's not refusing to give a man children.
No, you're a roommate. Why would a man pay for you if you're just a roommate? Do you want to be equal or no?
Well, I have a conversation with my partner, and we've discussed having children. I'm not taking away from them having children. We've decided together that having children is probably not the best idea.
If you're equal partners, why should he pay for your stuff?
Because a man at the beginning of the relationship should want to prove that they are invested in the relationship.
So what are you proving? Like, well,
I'm there.
If it was a man, I'd be like, hell to the no, to the no, no.
If it's not equal,
no.
what do you?
I'd be like, no, thank you, ma'am. You can pay for your own supersized McValue meal, and I will go find a woman who actually wants to be a wife if I'm going to pay for shit.
You said you're
makes no sense.
You said your equal 50% is just being there. So does that mean he's doing 70% because he's paying and there too? You're both there.
No, but I think
So how is
it's
that not-
showing the investment. Women show investment with time, because if you do want to have children, there's limited time. But I think that women, they value different things. Like, they value when a man provides for them, especially on a first date, a first meeting.
And men value.
So you providing your glorious presence is what he's investing in.
If he values my presence, yes.
I love this response from Rachel. Oh yeah, you're blessing him with your glorious presence. First of all, look in the mirror and think again. It's so good.
I don't really see
Well,
a
I mean,
huge
simps are
issue.
going to simp. There's a simp out there, for everyone. So
I don't think that's the right way to go about
it's simping. That's the worst simping ever. I'm going to let you live at my house for like practically free and split the chores and pay for all your shit. That's simping. That's like the
Or just like
definition
a guy
of
who
simping.
genuinely likes you. Do you pay any bills with your husband?
No, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. I raise the children. I cook all the meals. Andrew has never done a house chore ever in 17 years. I do all of that. I bring him his food. I bring him his drinks. I keep track of his schedule. Basically do anything he needs me to do to help him, because that's my duty in the relationship. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about investment, I'm pretty invested. So he feels like, if I want this traditional wife role and I actually do all those things, then he feels like it's worth it to provide. But if I were to come in here and be like, well, I want my own career, and you have to do your own laundry, and we're going to split the chores 50-50, and I want to be equal, he'd be like, okay, bitch, then you can be equal and pay for all your shit. You know, like, why would he pay for my stuff? This makes no sense. You guys have to choose. Do you want to be strong, independent, equal women, or do you want chivalry and protection and provision? You want the best of both. You want all of the rights and all of the privileges, and you want none of the duties and none of the responsibilities. And that's bullshit. It's like you didn't have a mom to tell you that this isn't how the world works or something. Like, my daughters don't get that nonsense from me. I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
So if your daughters,
why are you so entitled? That's what I want to know.
if your daughters went on a first date,
from?
you want them to split the bill.
What's that?
If your daughters went on a first date, would you want them to split the bill?
Only if they're going to be feminists, which they're not, because I didn't raise them to be that way.
Okay.
That's how my parents' relationship is. It's like my mom does the same stuff that you described, and I think it's perfect. Like, my mom might not be contributing to rent, my dad makes the money, but she's contributing something else. She's doing a job that's just as equal as his job, but she's not getting paid because she's doing the household duties that she's doing the same thing, whether or not it's being paid. Like, my parents are fortunate enough where my dad makes enough money where she doesn't have to work and she's able to provide those things. Therefore, it's the same thing as money, in my opinion, like spending time and working around the house.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it
raised
even
us.
goes beyond division of labor. It's more than
Right.
about division of labor. Like, I have tremendous amount of respect for Andrew. He is the head of the household. He's the person that has the major burden of most of the responsibility. We've had a home invasion. He was the person who had to go deal with that and risk his life. You know, he's worked 60, 70-hour weeks for years so that I could stay home and our kids didn't have to be raised by strangers in daycare. I mean, there's a massive amount of responsibility on this man, and he's extremely competent. He is a really loving, honorable man who has like very firm boundaries and stands by them and takes very good care of his family. So he gets the big piece of chicken, he gets the respect, he gets the love and the admiration, and because I'm loyal and I'm doing all those things, then he provides for me and protects me and the kids. And yeah, I mean, this is how it works. Now, if you don't want that and you want this egalitarian stuff where we're equal partners, he's my partner, then you gotta pay for your own shit. And you gotta do your own work, and you better, like, you know, take care of all your own stuff, and don't expect the man to go answer the bump in the night, because you're strong, you're equal, right? If you're equal, you can go take care of that. You can go deal with the man that breaks in the middle of the night. You can change the tire in the rain. If the basement floods and there's sewage backing up into it, I guess you can go deal with that, right? So you just have to choose. Don't do this bullshit where you're like, we're equal partners, except for when there's anything dirty, dangerous, difficult. That's all his job. I just sit here and grace him with my glorious presence. That's entitlement, that's narcissism, it's terrible behavior, it's ruining society. And then on top of it, you feel no obligation to produce future generations. You want him to just let his lineage die with him. And you feel super entitled to that too. It's like,
I don't understand.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I'll cut it off there because Rachel just goes off there, and I feel like she's expressing all of the, like, issues that men have with modern women. No, you're not holding up your end of the deal by just gracing me with your fat presence. No, you need to do things for me too. Maybe cook, maybe clean, maybe raise my kids, have kids, you know? So women these days need to be less entitled, and the men watching, we hear you on this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. See you next time.